everybody. I have an honor of introducing Claudette Ndayininahaze. It's actually a great honor because we are both from Burundi, and I was telling my class earlier, I don't get many chances to be in the same room with someone from my own home country, so this is special. Claudette Ndayininahaze is the executive director of In Her Presence. She has developed an effective network of resources that provides needed support for the immigrant, asylum, and refugee communities on a grassroots level. She is a leader in the Portland immigrant community, encourages individuals and communities to help themselves, but has never lost sight of the importance of compassion, gratitude, and modesty, which allows others to feel comfortable coming to her for assistance. A native of Burundi, Claudette has a bachelor's degree in administration and management from the University of Burundi and was a national sales manager for a brewery whose majority stockholder was Heineken. I know. I know. Claudette has served on the boards of different community organizations, HOPAGs, First Parish Unitarian Universalist, Youth Family Outreach, Vice President of the Burundi Community Association of Maine, Furniture Friends, Welcoming Immigrants Network, and Financial Stability Expert Panel with United Way. She is also an alum of the Leadership Maine Allagash Class. Welcome, Claudette.
I want to say how happy I am that you are standing here. What I've done, of the 9 years that I've been doing this, I am grateful that you were in one of those years. And I have had a chance to get to know you also when I was with ICL. So thank you for the work that you do and the journey you've been on, because I had a little glimpse into that over the years in terms of where you started and where you've landed and the impact you have in your community. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. And Claudette is the Ken M. Curtis awardee for this year, our distinguished alum. So thank you.
How are you? How are you doing? Great? Okay. So I want really to acknowledge and say thank you so much, Jane and your team. Thank you, Judy, for everything you do, for all the support and the leadership you are bringing to all of us and here, especially the community here in Maine. So, dear graduates and friends, as I stand before you today, I'm really filled with a deep sense of pride and gratitude, just like you. I once sat where you are now, eager to embark on the next chapter of my journey. The time I took this class, I was the only, not maybe the only, we were two, but I was the only Black person, woman, who didn't speak enough language that time. And it was back in 2018. I was really navigating the complexity of the new culture. The language was an issue. The food was an issue. The weather, I didn't really have any clue about the snow, because our weather back home, it's always hot. So, and also the system, the environment was really new to me. And when I reflect on my time as a student here, I realized that the most transformative moments were not confined to the classroom, textbook, or trips we were doing. Instead, if there is one thing that stands out above all, it's the transformative power of leadership. The ability to overcome barriers, inspire others, and create positive change in the world. You know, I could never do the work without others who have been holding my hands all the time. I'm so proud of anyone among you who has been part of my journey. I'm a testimony of a collective, a fruit of effort of many individuals that support and believed in me. Having the opportunity to support women and families through my organization and the community has been the honor of a lifetime. You know, I'm the youngest in a big family of 11 children. And I was really a spoiled child. Then my mom passed away when I was 6 years old. And then I was raised by my sister. And my sister was the mother of my niece, who is here in the room. And I wish they could see me now, because they would be so proud and impressed by the woman I became today. So when I first arrived in this country, I was filled with uncertainty, dark moments. Arriving in a new system where you start your life from the scratch is very challenging, as you know. The main concern here is how to find and navigate a path from what was the place you once called home to what will be someplace new where you start your life from the scratch again. Everything seemed really unfamiliar, and the road ahead appeared daunting. But as many of you here said, through resilience, connection, and the support of my mentors, I discovered that my immigrant status was not a limitation, but a source of strength. If we can turn here on the screen, you can add any word. Leadership means really a lot. Passion. You can add a lot. But when you see, I have been working, this is really the takeaway from my work, because you work with people with different culture, coming with different countries, eating different food, doing different jobs, and we have different personalities. But at the end of the day, it's the middle. How do you get everything here and create the middle? Because the middle is so hard. Shifting your mindset, mutual respect, and community engagement, that's the hardest part any leader needs really to do. What does leadership mean? For me, as I said, it's two ways. How do we reflect on our blindness? And how do we recognize the potential in others? I think it's important to understand here our own identity. I soon realized that leadership is not confined by borders or boundaries. It's not just about holding a title or a position of authority. It's about profound impact we have on others, the influence and the legacy we leave behind. Whether we realize it or not, each of us, I think, is a leader in our own rights. with the power to inspire, change, and make a difference in the world around us, regardless of where we come from or where we're going. Leadership isn't just about personal achievement. No, it's about resilience, determination, and the willingness to face challenge. It's about being humble, honest, willing to acknowledge that we need help. It's about embracing failure as a stepping stone to success and never give up, no matter how tough the journey may seem. How do we recognize the potential in others, which is so complicated sometimes and so hard to start and do? It's providing support, guidance, encouragement, being patient, creating a space, a safe space for people to express themselves, raise their voices, feel valued, heard, and empowered to pursue their dreams and aspirations. It's giving people hope, as they were talking, through confidence and a sense of belonging. You know, in her presence, we became the bridge for the community, able to impact more people and more people. We recognized the missing voice, became ambassadors, shifting people's mindset for a positive and transformational stories. And now, as you embark on this new chapter of your life, I urge you to lead, not for personal gain and recognition, but for the good of all. Whether you are entering a pathway, remember that your actions have the power to shape you, your family, the community, and the world around them. Someone said, if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. So, I challenge you to be leaders in your own life and become the best version of yourself. Congratulations again. May your journey be filled with purpose, passion, and endless opportunity to lead with courage, compassion, and conviction. Let's be out of the shadow and into the stage, because together anything is possible. Thank you. Yes, I'm here.
Claudette offered to take some questions if anybody
If
has
you
any.
have any question, I'm here.
And she's obviously available in her presence as well.
Yes, I am.
Questions? Katie?
What do you think has been the biggest shift that you've seen since you've started your work for the state, and what would be your grand vision?
So what I saw as a shift after doing really the leadership was that I became confident. And we start reaching out, I think, about the community engagement. That's what really I have seen, because if you engage the people you are working with, but it's not only because we are working with most of our immigrant women and families, but there are also other community, the mainstream community. And that mainstream community needs to be engaged in a way, on both ways. So we need the immigrant community and also the mainstream community. And that's how we decided to start working and doing the cross-cultural conversation with most of the employer we work with. We work with Hannaford when we place people into the job, and we work with Allagash. We have been really working with Allagash in many ways, and now we are working with UNAM and WEX and they are supporting our work. So that's really the one thing I can tell you we have been developing, and it's working. Okay. Yes.
What would you say would be one or two things that you have taken away from your experience in Leadership Maine and applied to the work you do on a daily basis?
So first of all, as I said, when I was in the bus, in that bus there, when the bus we were really doing those trips, I told you I was the only one, and I felt kind of isolated that time. But I took the courage, and I think they can testify that, really to change the atmosphere into the bus and wherever I was, because I felt I'm not going to be isolated. I need really to start talking and telling people that someone with a different culture, without the language, can be easily so isolated and even depressed. And that when I start talking about that, so when you are a minority, someone else in the big group needs really to care and see that person. They start doing it. So for me, I started really working when I was into the leadership. And that's what also I'm bringing outside. So there is you don't need to have a fear when you are working with people. You need to bridge that fear and really build the relationship and the trust. And that's the foundation for anything. Either you work for an organization, you work into your, as a big company, a company. I think building relationship and trust is the key to the success. That's how my perception for my work.
Any other questions? Okay.
Thank you so
much, Claudette.